Hello and welcome to the show. It is Bardolph, it is Capadia. We are here ready for Capadia. Damn it. We are here ready for North American Counter-Strike, but first we need to go through our alpha draft picks. We're doing it very fast today. Make sure we get them in on time. I really think we would have fleeced all those people in that $25 tournament, but we did it too late because we were blabbing for too long. So this time I'm going to flip the script, get it done out of the way quickly. With lots of clicky fingers. Alright, okay, let's see. Entry fee. Okay. Entry fee, let's go. Let's see what there is. Let's do winner takes all for $25. Winner takes all $25. Yes, let's take all their money. Yes, marvelous. Okay, so we've got... what does the FE stand for again? Follow esports.
Follow esports.
We need to pick a team, Dan. We need to pick a team. Team Liquid. We're picking Team Liquid, Dan, because they're playing against Winterfox. Winterfox have signed some new players, but they are a mixed team. Oh, Cloud9 are playing against them as well. Cloud9 not playing very well at the moment, so we're definitely picking Team Liquid.
They're not a mixed team, but they are a new lineup.
They are, yeah. Well, they're more or less a mixed team. Have we picked Team Liquid yet? Okay, cool.
I think
Dan, would you like to pick the first?
Well,
that picture of Anger looks like it was taken with a potato, Dan.
Let's take Peter.
Okay, you're taking Peter.
He's going to be cheap. And this matchup against Complexity could very well be quite close, especially considering what we saw yesterday.
Cheap as chips. Okay.
So, yeah, there we go.
I want to pick Semphis. Lord Semphis. Lord of the Keep. Or something like that.
Let's take a Liquid player then. So let's take Alish. I know. Or let's take Nitro. I picked Alish last time, so let's pick Nitro this time.
Okay, I'm going to pick XP3 because he is our player feature of the day, which we'll come on to a bit later on.
Okay, so that's we have actually a player from 40 different teams actually. So this is an interesting situation, an interesting development. So we have to start biasing, considering that we have two spots left, and we've got 8K per person average remaining. Ooh. All right, Reese, you can pick one. Reese is gonna pick Shroud.
God, the computer's probably gonna explode.
We will let Reese pick Shroud.
All right. So I'm going to pick Adren since his face is there. And done. Marvelous. $100 left. I can dig that. But can you dig this? Marvelous. So that's all out of the way. So we can maybe have a look at the schedule and see what matches we have coming up. Have a brief look at those before we go into our unicorn picks, which will be coming very shortly indeed. I wonder if we had 245 unicorns at the beginning of yesterday's show. I'm curious, but we'll come back to that.
We built a lot of unicorn coins.
So, Follow Esports versus Complexity will be on Inferno. That's the first match of the day. Winterfox versus Cloud9 on Overpass, and then Liquid versus Winterfox on Overpass. I think we have to bet on the last match. How do you feel about this?
Well, I don't see any upsets happening apart from maybe Follow Esports against Complexity. But I would actually expect Complexity to be able to take an Inferno match because they have a. I think their players are pretty suited to the style that Semphis wants to run. I mean, usually he runs kind of a crazy aggressive kind of style on Inferno. So I don't know if he's going to give Follow Esports a lot of respect, and if that will change the dynamic. So because of that, I feel like it's kind of hard to predict that one. But that's the only potential upset that we would see.
Let's do unicorn picks. It's not picks, is it? It's a bet.
Otherwise, I would expect Winterfox to have a hard time winning that.
Okay, wait. Don't you spoil this for me this time. Who calls upon other versions of himself from other planes? I think it's Chaos Knight, because that sounds half familiar. But it could be nonsense. Do you know the answer to this, Dan?
Well, that's the dirty question, so yes.
Okay, what's the answer?
I'm gonna let you go with your instinct checks.
Okay, let's see what this is. Boom. See? Look, I don't even have to play the game and know the answers.
Indeed.
That's why CSGO is the best game.
That refers to his ultimate as well, which I wouldn't say that the question is fully suitable for.
Okay, so we made a profit yesterday. We were on 245. Now we're on 272. So where is it? Where is our match? Liquid and Winterfox. Excuse me. There we go. Liquid and Winterfox. All right, we're going to bet on this. we're going to bet on this one. And I suggest, yeah, we bet on Liquid. Let's
not do a max bet.
Let's do the max bet.
No, let's not do that.
Let's do the max bet, Dan.
I want to see you lose all the hard-earned unicorns that me and Veda I spent a lot of time building.
Do it. Wait, no, don't do it. Do 200. Let's see how much it is for 200. How much do we make for 200?
Oh my god.
200. Okay, let's do it.
That's just not worth it at all.
Glorious.
That's not worth it.
Mate, you got to be you got to be in it to win it. You got to speculate to accumulate and regulate.
I don't think
and precipitate, Dan. Make it rain. Wait, I want to see the marketplace.
Warren G would not approve of this.
I want to see the marketplace. I want to see what we can win. But that's why I didn't go max bet, because I want to, like, if there's something good, then we can put some coins in there as well.
Sorry, Vendetta, if you're watching this, Vendetta. I'm sorry.
We've done that.
We're about to lose all of the unicorns that we worked so hard for.
Wait, there's a 10 kilos keyboard. Let's click on the 10 kilos keyboard. Actually, no, let's not click on that. Let's click on the power thing on the left. Yeah, let's look at that one. Well, let's enter this. Okay. So if we put in 40 coins, we have a 17% chance of winning. Let's put in 5 coins. I want a 2% chance.
This is pretty cool, actually.
Okay, 4 coins. Let's put in 4 coins.
Superflower.
Yes. We're putting in 4 coins. I want that 2%, good 2% chance. Marvelous. Okay, now we're finished with the unicorn.
Wow, I can't believe this is worth 230 euros. Wow.
Well, let's see if we'll win it in a few days, I suppose. So, our play feature for today is going to be XP3. XP3 is a player who was recently deported. That may or may not be true. It's probably not true. Let's be honest. I'm a troll. He had to go back to France because of visa issues, and then he was reverse deported back to North America. So he's back playing with a normal ping now. But he was someone who used to actually play in a team in France
against all
with
authority.
Ferg, who is one of our Oceanic players. Is he? He's not on Animal Squad, obviously. No, he's not.
No, he's
but
not.
So we're not going to see him at LAN.
I think he's
but
the Chiefs.
Yeah, but you know, he used to play in France with somebody from Oceania, who now plays back in our Oceanic League, and now XP3 is reverse deported into North America. So that's a really, I mean, he's a very storied character in the Counter-Strike scene.
I'm not sure if they're in the same line at the same time, but yeah, he tends to be the key AWPer for any team that he plays on, and you will see some of the AWP action here. So Winter Fox.
Oh, there's AWP action there. Okay,
well,
that happened. Right. So back in familiar territory.
What? What is that? Why would you even shoot there?
What is that?
Well then.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't watch that VT before.
So basically there's an XP3 VAC highlight there.
We must have casted that, so I'm pretty sure we must have casted that.
Versus Renegades.
Nice.
That's an insane. That's crazy.
Maybe
that's the reward for study, I suppose, because that must have been a stack. Anyway, well, that's completely thrown me off everything I was about to say, Daniel. I have to take over. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Well, it's going to be time to play the match soon. So, what is your expectation going into an Inferno with Complexity and Follow Esports? We
know what to expect from Complexity.
Well,
but
yes
it depends on who their opponent is.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I don't know how to bet on it, because it could be, and like you could actually try to maybe extrapolate the result based on the playstyles of the teams and the skill sets of the teams and their results, but we don't actually know how the playstyles will actually be. I think because it depends whether or not Semphis is going to give a level of respect to them or not. Because if Semphis goes full out no respect mode, then we can see crazy stuff. And if they're surprised by the level of good Counter-Strike from their opposition, Follow Esports, who played pretty well on Mirage previously against Liquid, able to actually win that match as well, then they could exploit that. They could punish that. So it's hard to say exactly what is going to happen because there's a lot of skill on the team, unexpected perhaps. You know, Slemmy, Stewie, 2K, and so on and so forth. You know, Peter in there, Akis had an awesome Mirage game as well, winning some very key rounds for his team just yesterday. Who knows? It's I don't have enough data myself, I must say. Still, Follow Esports are a bit of an unknown quantity to me, I must say.
Well, let's have a look at where these teams stand. at the moment in the league and see how everyone is faring. But again, yeah, I mean, Follow Esports, they're still an unknown to me. I think they require further study in the Petri dish. Cloud9 still up top there with 12 points. Liquid dropped a game yesterday, so they are now 3 for 1. Their perfect score has now been soiled, Dan. Skid marks, of course. They're tying on points with Complexity, who Liquid will have 2 games in handover. So we will see. Again, the games played varies. Luminosity only with 3 games. I mean, 3 games in handover. Complexity 2 over Cloud9. So this table could change very quickly.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to read it.
The thing is that Liquid are in a really good position because they've only played 4 games and they're already pretty much at the top, and then they've played the least games. I mean, Luminosity could still. Yeah, I guess really what it is, what it's about is Luminosity. The problem for Liquid is that they actually, if Cloud9 proceed to get an untarnished record beyond the point that they're at, which is currently a loss now, then Cloud9 are going to be in the lead to be at the top 2 for sure, I think. However, between Luminosity and Liquid, I think it's hard to predict because, of course, Liquid dropped a game to Follow Esports. That's actually, and that's a really big deal. Who you lose against is a very big deal in a format like this.
Yep. Well, there's so much more North American Counter-Strike to come. Maybe we'll get a clearer idea of really how these teams are shaping up once the matches develop over the coming days. So, yeah, Follow Esports, again, they're a team I wouldn't know how to place within the North American kind of tier list at present. So I think we just need to do more study of the team. I feel like with a new sponsor, they will have a renewed focus, or at least I hope they will. But then again, like you look at Complexity and you wonder, they've had a sponsor for a while. Are they developing as a team? Semfis will be the first to say that they have a scrimmy style. But is it ever going to, something we spoke about yesterday, is it ever going to develop from there? Because the scrimmy style might be fine in North America, but when you come to LANs, international LANs, that scrimmy style is not going to get you as far as you might like it to.
Yeah, it's really hard to say.
G2 really might be a good comparison, actually, in that sense. Maybe?
One of the things that I found surprising about G2 was their level of coordination and the strength of some of their mid-round calls. I don't think they didn't rely on their individual skill too heavily, but a lot of the rounds that they would play did end up coming down to clutch situations. So I think that's like a different ethos, because you're like playing good Counter-Strike, but like putting your players in a position where they're going to be having to clutch, as opposed to playing a situation where they're basically clutching from the start. Because the idea of a clutch is that you're put into an unfavorable situation, there's a lot of pressure, and that you not necessarily, it's not like the easiest path to victory, and it's on the individual. Whereas the scrimmy style is like, okay, we're going to put you in that situation straight from the beginning, from the get-go. You're not playing necessarily Kirk CS.
I'm talking of the G2 of old, mainly as a comparison to Complexity, and then how G2 have developed to where they are now, and if that's something Complexity can do as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, G2 went through a lot of lineup changes. That's something to remember as well. I mean, losing Scream and someone, getting Rain and Jacob in there was a really, really big difference, I would say. Rain and Jacob have made a massive, massive difference, especially because Rain is calling for them as well. Makalele, kind of the secondary caller, the leader of morale, the guy that is able to provide also good cognizance for the team as to what's happening in the mid-round to kind of help Rain out in that sense. And then Jacob's like ridiculously crazy fragger, and we didn't know to what extent that really, like the depth of to the extent of his fragging until we saw the major, where he's like dropping 30 bombs every game. It's just insane. It's insane. It's really nice to see. And that's something that, for example, when you had Scream on the team, who essentially I think Jacob replaced, you're thinking, Jacob's replaced Scream. What is the expectation here? How do the roles work? What's the performance going to be like? Scream is not Jacob. He's not the same player. Jacob is clearly like in a sense a better fragger from at least the major. If you isolate the major, because Jacob was just going nuts all the time.
Yeah, but I think there's very different decision making, and Jacob seems to be a lot more of an aggressive player. But to get back on topic with Complexity, obviously Semfis is the guy for his team who's always top of the leaderboard and hitting the 30 bombs and so on, as an AWPer as well, primarily. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to pay. For me, I'm gonna be paying, I suppose, paying attention to the kind of the approach of Complexity in this match, but also just paying attention to the identity, if you will, of Follow Esports. As a team, who are they? To me, it's still, we've watched a bunch of matches where they didn't have a name, and to me it was hard to say what kind of a team they were.
I mean, I've only really seen them play Cobblestone and Mirage in official matches. Those are the two maps I've really seen them play. I haven't seen them on Inferno, I haven't seen them on Dust 2, I haven't seen them on Overpass. Lots of maps that I have not seen them play, so it's hard to really also extrapolate, you know, okay, where do I feel like they really are at the moment, and how do the roles really work? Are they a team that has a lot of strengths on particular maps, or are they a team that is has more breadth in that sense, in the sense of the map pool? That's what we have to see. And Inferno is a classic test as well. And if you're making any comparison, well, I guess you were talking about actually G2 and complexity. But I was going to say, because the surprising thing about G2 was that G2, despite being this kind of individually skill-based team, that's kind of contrasting what you would expect of Inferno, which is, you know, good team play, coordination, and good executes. That's what it comes down to kind of, you know, on the T side, to open up the map and to rely on defensively as well. Then that's not really what you say. Okay, oh, your skills, individual play. You should play Inferno. That's like does not. You're gonna say you should play Dust 2. You should play Cash. You should play Mirage. You know, maps where the individual can have a great impact by himself. And however, G2 they took like a duck to water to Inferno, and also Train actually. So,
have you ever taken like a duck to water, Dan?
Yeah.
What was that in?
In esports.
Okay.
And sports in general, actually.
Duck to water. Archery, maybe?
What? What the?
I used to do archery.
Okay, you're talking about yourself. You said duck to water. Archery. Like providing no context whatsoever.
I think it was fairly clear. I think it was fairly clear. I think people familiar then with the English language and its nuances would have realised that I was talking about myself as opposed to just saying random words after saying duck and water.
Okay, fair enough.
This match is going to begin soon. The pistol indeed has gone live.
It's an interesting thing actually. Like for me personally, sports was always like a really huge thing for me. I loved every sport. Apart from racket sports, I could never really get into racket sports. Apart from badminton, which is fun.
I was good at badminton.
Badminton is like fun. It's just like pretty easy going. But I couldn't really get into any other racket sports. But every other sport, even though cricket is incredibly boring to me, like I felt like I had an affinity for it, like you know, in school and everything, and I always pursued sports as well as competitive gaming at the same time. There's actually a lot of background there, at least in the old days when it comes to a lot of the Quake and CS players. Whereas like a similar story, there was a lot of crossover. Like I used to play with a guy who was a professional tennis coach, and he used to actually be he was a semi-professional tennis player, but he used to his practice partner. One of his practice partners was Andy Murray, and his mum actually ran the coaching school that Andy Murray played with.
That's cool.
So yeah, so
I just want to say out body device at badminton. You know why? This is why. Look at those arms, mate. That is a very long arm. His arm would probably be like this or something. Hence,
he should be a boxer.
Body. No, I don't like getting punched in the head.
Well, you would never get punched in the head. You just keep them in your incredibly
I'm a bad
freakishly large arm's length.
I'm a bad boxer, Dan. There's a guy who lives near me,